Hello, crafty friends. This is Amy, and welcome to my channel. Hey, I want to show you something. I got these through Amazon, and let me think here. I think I got 12 of them. And my goal was, easy and quick. And so these are 4 by 4 inches or 10 by 10 centimeters. They ended up being $1.67 each. So I know free wood's great, but this is a great alternative if you want to do something that's just ready to go. Okay, I got my beautiful Dixie Belle drop cloth paint out. And this was a brand new one, so I definitely needed to stir that up. I just love that paint. It's so nice and creamy. And I'm not even doing like a real thorough job because I wanted these to look a little, old or vintage, or what's the word I'm trying to use? Beat up and scrappy. All right, I have several things that I'm going to be using on putting on the fronts of these cute little, I guess we'd call them shelf sitters, just something to sit around, just kind of showing you how I'm just kind of eyeballing things. And I saw this little technique with this furniture glaze, and just wanted to show you, my take on what this person did. They had put this furniture glaze on and used a little water to spritz on there. So let's walk through this technique. And so I wanted to grunge this up and make it look old and farmhouse style look. And so I did do a little sanding, and I'm experimenting with this furniture glaze. This one I just wiped off right away just to see what I thought, and it works. I like it, and then so I'm moving it over, and then we're going to do another one here. And I think what I did first was I spritzed it with water first, and then I wiped it off, but this one I let dry a little bit. And so it actually left these little spots on there, and that's what I was looking for. I wanted it to look old and worn. And so kind of a cool technique, I don't know why it does that with the furniture glaze, but it's just another fun technique you can use, and just something to check out if you happen to have a little of that or want to buy some. Now here's our first project, and you know how much I love my chickens, and these were just so gorgeous. And these are more things I got from Amazon, and now I've learned how to use these. They're actually got the two sides. So you've got the sticky side in the front, and then you've got a protective cover on the, or sorry, sticky on the bottom, protective cover on the front, and it's just so fun and easy. Here's more of those stickers. Could they get any easier? I mean, it's just like, oh, these are so pretty. I'm just loving them. And then I just stuck them down with my fingers. There was really nothing like a rub on. It was just like pressed down. And then there was just a little hanging off, so I did take my little X-Acto knife and trim that off a little bit. And then I've got these little words. They're like chipboard words. And I will show you the package of that later. But my chipboard words kind of is like an autumn theme going on. But I just picked out some of the fun ones that you can use whenever. Now that would be cute to give to one of your friends, and they could just put it on their little shelf or by their light, whatever. My grandkids gave me some of these very pretty ones. What we kind of do is we'll go, Mom, or, whoever, and I'll say, just give me a list, and then I can pick from it. Well, the grandkids picked out these little, my little hummingbirds. I love hummingbirds. I just love how cute and little they are. And then this was kind of with that floral one. And like I said, I'll show you where I got all these at the end. I was just like, oh, this is so cute for spring. And notice that I moved it over a little bit. And also notice not all of them did I use that antiquing furniture glaze on. Some of them I just left plain like this one. And like those little stickers, there's like lots of them on there, and there's the little pieces, and so have fun with those. Okay, check out this beautiful little bunny. I've got a head start on Christmas. And so this would be an iron orchid design. And I love their rub-ons. They're just so well made. You push them on there and it just comes off so nice. I mean, sometimes you got to go over it a little bit more, but when you get that done, it looks like a painting. I kid you not. Oh, I just love that little bunny. So pretty. Cute. Here's another iron orchid design rub-on. Another way to just flip it over. And again, I'm using my X-Acto knife. And I have found that I like crafting on a glass top. It just cleans up so nice. You're not marring your tabletop or anything like that. I mean, you can use anything and that'll clean it up. All right, here we go. We're going to see the reveal. And I think I've mentioned this before. If you like to do things craft-wise, if you're going to invest in like a glass mat thing, like a glass topper, I suggest going with one that's got like it's like you could put a magnet on it. So it'll have on the back, it's going to have some like a metal on the back. That just gives you one more aspect of, things that you can use it, because you could hold it down with heavy duty magnets things, and then it's just one more avenue on holding things down and helping things stay in place. Now I want to mention these are rice papers, and I've never really used rice papers, but you can see how it's almost like a mulberry paper. It's not quite like a tissue paper. It's thicker, and it's got more of a fiber in there. And these are like, I'm almost had this dried down, but I was like, I want to rip it. And so this is me just kind of going with the flow. And I ripped it, and then we're just going to make it more grungy by using the sander and just pulling that right off. And the picture is just perfect. That's totally cows, they're like curious, what's going on over there? Nosy little things. I just love cows. Okay, technique right here. I took a little bit of that Mod Podge on my fingers just to pull those apart. The best technique I found, which was a suggestion by a subscriber, is just using some double-sided tape. But you know how it is. Hey, I'm right here with this Mod Podge, so I'm going to use it. And have you noticed how much like mushrooms are in? They are big. So I was like, oh, we got to do mushrooms. And as long as we're pulling out Christmas, we got to get a cute little Santa Claus, not a Santa Claus, a snowman, a cute little snowman. I will list where I got these very beautiful napkins. This is how easy it is. Get it down to one layer, put your Mod Podge on, and flatten it out. Some people use like a little bit of like a saran wrap or plastic wrap to kind of help so you don't rip your paper. Then when things are all nice and dry, you can go along and rub it off with your sanding block and get things nice and crisp and beautiful. Yeah, it's just so easy and fun. I love it. I have been called the decoupage queen. Thanks, Patty. So I don't mind at all. Now, these are what you would call like a silk screen stencil. So they're reusable. And the part that, you can see the wood through, that's actually got silk screen. It's not just, open. And so these, I actually bought these off of Amazon as well. There's companies that have them. I've used them on the show or on my channel before. But this is basically how you do it. You've just got some, you can use some paint, but the trick is you want to move fast. You don't want to dawdle because things will dry. And so when I peeled that off, you want to put it in water so it doesn't dry on there. And also, I didn't show this, before you put it on your block, you'll just want to put that your piece that you're going to put down, the silkscreen stencil, put it on your jeans, and then it'll kind of take away some of the tackiness, and it's not going to stick so much onto your project. And these are just kind of fun. You just go through them, and like I said, moving in a pretty fast manner. You're not going to take tons of time on this. You want to just keep moving. And this is sped up. This isn't my actual pace. It's sped up a little bit, but just so you know, I do tend to try and work a little faster. Take that off, and then I'm going to put it in water, whether you got it in a little, bucket or whatever. And then I wanted to do a stamped one, because why not? I love the stamped stuff on wood. It's so fun. And so this is an iron orchid design. We've got a little, it's their inking for this type of thing. And I wanted to make sure that I got all of the cow inked on there, or the steer. And I actually put it on like a piece of plastic, a little thicker piece of plastic. So I actually had something to hold on to, but yet I can still see through it. A block wouldn't probably have worked as well because, you don't know if you're getting all of that pressed down. Do you see what I'm saying? So this way I can go and make sure everything's pushed in. I don't know why I pulled that in there. I was just like, I just want to make sure everything is pressed down so it comes up perfectly. And then when you think that you've hit everything, then you can pull it up. One of those things, take your time, there's no rush, and straight up. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so just wanting to show you where I got these beautiful little napkins. That is from Jenny's Napkins, and you can talk to her through Facebook. And then those cute little cows, that is rice paper, like I said. And that paper came with several designs, and her prices are not expensive at all. You get maybe, so I would buy, if I like it, I'd get 2 napkins, and they're probably 80 cents a piece, and you get 4 designs on there, so it's a win. Okay, that went really fast. So 49 in market for those little words, and I've kind of told you, as we went through these other ones. Kitschy Christmas Iron Orchid Designs. And again, I will list them all down in the description box so you know exactly what it was, and you can get it yourself if you'd like. Holly Glen, that one was Iron Orchid Designs. Next video coming out will be Christmas in July. I look forward to seeing you all. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.